we're back. Week 2, second Plan With Me. I don't know what happened with the first. I uploaded it to YouTube and it got through about 10 minutes, maybe 10 and a half, and then the video freezes while the audio continues and it says copyright claim on it. So if anybody knows what to do about that, help is welcome. I'm not sure what I did. I edited it through Adobe Rush, and all of that is non-copyrighted music, little clips and such. So I'm not quite sure where the copyright edit is coming from, but we'll see if we can't get one this week without it. Also, I remembered my backdrop this week. We're doing better. So set up as normal, my 7x9 plum vertical goals, which is laid out like the vertical priorities. Ruler. There are my liners we're using this week, a gold, light blue, and green to go with the theme from the kit. And then so I can fill out my habit tracker, I also have a dark blue and a teal color. Put these over here in some semblance of order so I can get to them reasonably. My Magic Cutty thingy. Of course, this is a slice cutter for anyone who's looking for them. I got mine off of Amazon. Don't buy it on Etsy. It's way more expensive. Pen this week, we are still on the blue theme, which I have no problem with. Also, my bow from Jessica and Magic Tweezers. My book with all my stickers, and this is our kit this week. We are using kit number 195 from Orange Umbrella Co. It's called Wintertide. Have my date labels, thin washi, the 7x9 boxes, my checklist, the doodle icons, and page 1 from the mini kit, as well as the full boxes, deluxe washi, and the stickers, and of course labels, and of course the deco for the kit. So we're going to put these off to the side so I can get them in some kind of order as well. My voice is a little better today, so that's definitely a good start. Good place to begin with, but I have my cup of hot tea off to the side just in case. We currently have about 3.5, 4 inches of snow outside. What we had melted because we got a little bit of a warm spell. And last night, out of nowhere, we started getting huge, massive flakes. In the space of about an hour, we had a couple inches. So yeah, this is why people who live in this state call it misery. Better known as Missouri to anyone else. Excuse me. And yeah, our weather is just like this. We literally can get all 4 seasons in a day here. You'll start the morning in fall or spring, really. Start the morning in spring, middle of the day, you're in fall. Late afternoon, you move into, middle of the day, you're in summer. Late afternoon, you move into fall. And by evening time, it is literally snowing. So yeah, we can go from like 70, 80 degrees to like, sub-freezing temperatures all in the same day. Because we're in the Midwest and we're between the Appalachians and the Rockies. So we're pretty much straight draft tunnel for warm fronts coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, cold fronts coming down from the Arctic. And that's just super fun. We all know. Okay, so got the date labels on. Only 1 or 2 of them gave me trouble this time. And next we're going to go with our bottom washi. Decided to go ahead and go with this gold. I kind of like it, even though I don't have a gold pen. And I'm not using yellow because it'll be impossible to read. So I pulled the blue out instead. But I wanted to bring out this kind of gold coloring because there's not many other kits that tend to really focus on this goldish yellow. And I kind of like it. I looked through this kit back in December and wasn't sure what I thought about it. And then went back through when I was looking for my January kits and decided why the hell not. And as usual with Orange Umbrella, the kits, everything you look at on there comes home when you get it like in front of you. The pictures on the site, for all that they're great quality, just don't do the kits justice. So yeah. Once I got it here and in my crazy little planner hands, it was just a matter of, holy cow, that's actually pretty good looking. I probably should go through and hunt and white out those things. Maybe something to remember for future plan with me's. Again, I will ask your patience. This is only my second video, and I've really only been doing stickers for about 8 or 9 months. I started in June of last year. I did this again. I did this last week. I just didn't finish cutting through that piece of washi. See, but I managed this week to do it. I am learning one step at a time. Melanie from Orange Umbrella and Jessica, both friends of mine, warned me that rambling will get you in these videos, and they were not kidding. I am just rambling at this point. So for those of you who are willing to sit here and put up with my crazy, thanks, much appreciated. Also, my first video surprised the hell out of me. I had 41 views on that video for all that it stopped 10 minutes in. So thank you to everyone who went and checked it out. Oh my God, come off. Thank you to everyone who went and checked it out. I really appreciate it. Made me feel like maybe I'm not a total failure at this. Maybe there are people who are actually interested in how I plan. Which is always nice to know that you've got that interest in a possible audience. People who want to see what you're doing. Especially when it comes to stuff like this, where there's so many really good people out there doing planner stuff. I've got bits of sticker everywhere, don't mind me. So where did that? There went. Lost my washi strip for a minute. So how's everybody else's weather? I have friends in Florida who, being a native Floridian, I hate you all right now. Because even though you're getting what accounts for winter weather in Florida, it is still significantly warmer than where I am now. So I love you all, but I hate you a little bit. My dad lives down there in Port St. Lucie. It's on the Treasure Coast. About an hour south of Orlando. About an hour north. Ow. Stabbed myself with my cutter thing. Hour north of West Palm Beach, just to give you an idea. It is called the Treasure Coast because historically there was a fleet of about a dozen ships, Spanish ships, hauling back stolen gold and wealth from the New World back to Spain, and they hit a hurricane, as far as we can tell from the records and where they were and what's been recovered. And most of the ships crashed right off of what is now the Treasure Coast, which is Indian River, St. Lucie, and I have Martin County. And so a lot of the big treasure finds, there's this guy, Mel something or other, I can't remember his last name. He was one of the first to find those ships, and they have just been a trove. And there's also a lot of argument between the people who do treasure salvage and those of us who, like me, are anthropologists, and the archaeological and historical and, you know, kind of just the study of how human beings work through history, the artwork, different things like that. There's a lot of fighting between us all on what should be allowed to be kept as treasure and what should be turned over to museums. This is going to go down here this week because I can't find another place up top to put it. What should be turned over to the custody of museums to be cared for and properly curated so that it can be used to teach and as examples for people when they want to see it in a museum setting and learn from it. So, instead of continuing to fight with the treasure hunters, we've just formed a new field in anthropology. If you're looking for something to get into, you like diving, you like being underwater. Underwater anthropology is a thing. You can get a degree in this. Your bachelor's will take you roughly 4 years, not counting however long it takes you to get a scuba certification and all that. But there are tons of government-funded nice research boats out there going down with little mobilized dive machines, little teeny tiny dive bubble things, and then people going down, both regular scuba, which goes to 100 feet down, and technical divers, which go deeper than that, recovering artifacts. We know that people settled along the coastlines where there was easy access to water and food. So, yeah. So we wonder why we don't find many remains in North America, and that's why. So, okay. I'm going to put this last sticker down for my habit tracker. And then I'm going to go in for my fast forward through my other setup, my liners and all that stuff, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so everything's down. We're back to the same point I normally jump back in at, or I've decided is going to be my normal jump back in point. Gotten all of our mild liners down, and now we're just going to be kind of covering these. Last week, I totally forgot to do these 2 boxes. We're going to try to remember that this week. And I need to dig up a planner time from one of my other ones out of here, but that I'll find later because I totally forgot about it. I'm not digging it up right now. So let's go with what we got. I think for our little house, we're going to go with some lines like last time. Just kind of frame the edges again. And do the same stuff I did last week because the video cut off. This ends up looking kind of neat, because I don't cover corner to corner, and then once you trim for the edges, keep cutting through the paper. I really need to figure out the pressure for this slice cutter. It comes up so that you have this neat little framing, but there's some gaps because you're even with the end of the sticker. It just creates a nice little effect. And unfortunately, it does take slightly more than 1 washi to get all the way around this. Because this last little strip I cut off is not going to be long enough. And I've tried doing it both ways. Either way, it's not long enough for either the short side or the long side. So this just gets tossed. And then what I usually do is take the washi strip and cut through, so I'm not pulling off that entire strip, but only a portion of it that should be just about long enough. And this is just practice. It's going to be a little longer than necessary this time, but it's just about long enough to go ahead and fill in this space. And then we'll trim this one down, and then we'll do the final trim for this box and move on to the next one. I like doing this with the washi. It's a little bit different than what I've seen a lot of other people doing. And I don't necessarily feel the need to fill every bit of the white space, but I do like having a little bit of that extra deco that the washi allows you to do. Orange Umbrella comes up with such great washi, and you get so many options. There's thick washi, thin washi, the deluxe washi, which has extra patterns and widths. So it gives you a lot of room to play with and come up with ideas and decorative elements that work well for you. What's nice about this bottom washi, again, is the ruler catches the edge of it, so you get a nice clean cut along this bottom one. You just have to be careful not to pull up my label. I put my chores down here along the bottom, And I'll be adding the deco labels to them with each day, the little doodle icon that goes with them as I go day to day here, or I might do it all at the end. I don't know. Probably day to day. I'm not sure that cut all the way through. Yep, there we go. Okay. So there's our first box. Happy little house. And we've got our little spray bottle for cleaning. Yay. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and put down our do laundry. My camera just fell over. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. I'm going to have to find a better way to do this. I have a bag of flour, literally a bag of flour, sitting back there, propping this up. Where was I? Oh yeah, do laundry. This one will be entertaining. Something new every time. This is a crazy mess of a video. And now that I've got this down, I can find my little paw prints. Where are they? And we want a light blue one to match with the other one. Okay, well, might as well do this while I'm over here. We usually go grocery shopping on Thursdays and then again on Saturdays, just because that's how the timing works out. My lazy day gets my couch. Fridays, I don't work. I'm disabled, as I've stated in previous videos. So instead, I kind of have just my regular things that I'm doing day to day throughout the week. And those things end up being my work day. And it does wear me down a lot more than I'd like to admit. Especially on days where it's just sitting and making phone calls. But sitting hurts. This actually takes about an hour to put together. You guys get a half hour of it because I speed through the boring part in the middle. And it kills me. I do this and then I go lay down or sit in in my comfy supportive back chair for a couple of hours to recover from this. But it's worth it. This is fun. I enjoy doing this. My planner is one of my places where I feel free to express myself. I kid you not, I cannot draw stick people. If I paint, I'm all with the abstract colors and just patterns. Gotta remember not to do this on this second one with this coil here, as it has to be on the other side. But, so yeah, this takes a lot out of me. I have a disease called CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome. It causes pain. There's a study done on a scale of 0 to 50. Unprepared childbirth, first time, rated a 22. Bone cancer, which is considered the most painful cancer you can get, was rated at a,